Let's welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad K. Sama, with a warm round of applause. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand up and give him a warm round of applause. We welcome our honored guest, Sri Milind Soman. Everybody, let's give a warm round of applause for our honored guest. Warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. It's truly a pleasure to see many vibrant faces at this time of the morning here, ready to celebrate health, sustainability and community. Today is a landmark occasion as we gather for the Cycle Festival and for the official launch of the electric public bicycle shared system, as you can see in all the banners, or as we like to call it, the PBS, right here in our beloved city of Shillong. This transformative initiative is launched by the government of Meghalaya in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing. Let's welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Sri Conrad K. Sama. We also welcome our honored guest, actor and fitness icon, Sri Milind Soman. We welcome Dr. Vijay Kumar D. Affairs Department.
Our guest, our very special guest, Mr. Milind Soman, officials from GIZ, officials from the state government, cycling enthusiasts, residents of the city, everyone who has come here on this beautiful morning. A very good morning to you all, and it's my privilege to formally welcome you all to this short but very meaningful program. First of all, I'd like to welcome our Honorable Chief Minister. Again, our Chief Minister has always been very kind to be part of even small of our interventions, very small interventions, but which are very meaningful, because I think it has been Sir's vision. I still remember from the time 2 years ago when we started a program called Reimagining Streets. So under the Reimagining Streets, what we said is that we will make, at that time we declared that we will make Shillong as the NMT capital of India. So NMT is non-motorized transport. So we are a small city. We are blessed with wonderful weather. So which means things like walking, cycling, and other modes of non-motorized transport are very feasible in Shillong. It is sustainable. It leads to better health, better fitness. So it's a win-win for everything. So it was at that time in 2022. When we launched the Reimagining Streets, that's when the Honorable Chief Minister gave us the guidance that basically we need to redesign the streets, redesign public places, redesign the city a little bit, because this is a city which is densely packed. It's a hill station. We all know the challenges of hill stations in this country or anywhere in the world. So in the limited space we have, what is it that we can do to make Shillong walking friendly, to make Shillong cycling friendly? So these were the challenges that were posed to us. And taking on that challenge, we kind of are working on redesigning our junctions. You have all seen IGP, you've all seen that we have started the work at Barik. So we are starting the work at Anjali. So we are redesigning the public spaces. We are relocating hawkers and street vendors and kind of creating better hawking markets. So we're doing all these initiatives to make NMT a possibility in Shillong. And most importantly, New Shillong is where we really want to take NMT to the next level. And that's where we are building very wide footpaths, cycling tracks, and a whole host of infrastructure.
So of course I would prefer cycling to talking. But thank you very much for inviting me here today. Thank you to the Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Conrad K. Sama. Thank you to all the people who have made this event possible. I'm sure it's not been easy. I travel all over our country, and there are people who want to make cities into more pedestrian-friendly, cycling-friendly places, to have a better, more sustainable lifestyle. But everywhere I go, the problems are the same. In fact, I've been coming to Shillong for maybe 30 years. I've also run from Guwahati to Shillong. I've run from Guwahati to Cherrapunji. Were you with me? Were you running? Ah, excellent. And I've seen the difference. Of course, as was mentioned, I mean, Shillong is a beautiful, beautiful place. It's a beautiful town. The landscape where Shillong is situated is spectacular. But unfortunately, what I have seen over the last 30 years is it's going in the direction of most other cities. Because, of course, we talk about development, we talk about progress, and there are priorities that take over. But now with this initiative, these kind of initiatives, and more thinking along these lines, that we want it to be more sustainable, more livable, the quality of life has to improve for everybody, that there are certain balancing acts that have to be performed, where, of course, when you're talking about development and you're talking about progress, you don't actually compromise on your quality of life. When we were here today, I mean, I see the kind of traffic that people have to contend with. It's like Bombay, you know. So even when I'm in Bombay, I'm saying I have to get out of this city if I want to walk, if I want to run, if I want to cycle. I can't do it in Bombay. It's a sad thing that, and every city should not become like that. So I think the idea that Shillong should become the sustainable mobility, active mobility capital of India is a great vision, because India needs an example like this. We all need examples when it comes to living a better life. And if you want to create a better city, every city in the country will be looking at Shillong if you make this a reality. So I'm very happy to be here today. It's a great first step. And I heard a lot of the improvements that are being planned. And I really hope that they come true. And I'd like to wish the city, the people, the Honorable Chief Minister, and everybody working towards this really glorious vision, I'd like to wish them all the best. And when I continue coming here to Shillong, I'd love to see the improvements. I'd love to cycle with you all and walk with you all and run with you all and see Shillong as the city of the future. Thank you so much.
Dr. Vijay Kumar, our Commissioner and Secretary of Urban Affairs and other departments, our special guest, Mr. Milind Soman, our Deputy Commissioner, Director, Urban Affairs, the members of GIZ, all the individuals who have joined us today in this small but meaningful program, and most importantly, all the young citizens, and especially the cycling enthusiasts who are here today to be part of this wonderful program. I first of all would like to congratulate the Urban Affairs Department, the members of the official members of the GIZ, and also the officials of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs for having made this particular program and this idea a possibility. I remember many years back, in fact, we had been starting this program quite on and off, I should say. I had encouraged our officials and our citizens to actually start walking once in a week to office. I remember this was about 7-8 years back, just about when I'd taken over in 2018. I think 2019, just before COVID. So I had told people that if we can follow a WWW program, which was Walk to Work on Wednesday, and we tried to follow this, but somehow the momentum did not pick up. I also started it myself. Then, of course, later on, I think COVID happened and so many other issues, and we just got busy with so many things, and it became difficult to come back to the same momentum. What I'm trying to tell you is that it's not that we are doing this program just because, it looks nice. It's not that we're just doing it because we have to do it. It's not like that. We really, truly want to do something that is going to be meaningful for our city and for our citizens and for the tourist. And therefore, after that particular event and organizing the programs of this WWW, which we called in 2019, we then realized that maybe just one-off program is not enough. We need a much more larger, more inclusive kind of a program that looks at all the aspects and works on all these aspects in a separate manner. And therefore we realized that without having a policy, and a policy that actually defines how we're going to implement this vision and goal, then we will be back to square one, where we start something and then we again end up and everybody's back to what they were doing before and everything falls flat. And hence, about a couple of years back, as mentioned by Dr. Vijay, we started developing this, policy where we will have a non-motorable kind of transport, NMT kind of a program and policy, where everything from, can we have the vehicles not being parked on the road? So how do we increase the space for more space for people to walk by avoiding the cars being parked on the road? So we started coming up with the parking policy. And just recently, if you're aware, we have also come out with a parking policy which allows private sector to come in. Which means if you have got a land somewhere as an individual or as an organization or any kind of body, Government of Meghalaya is going to pay you money to construct that land into a parking lot. And you will charge fees from it. And obviously, some small amount, just maybe 10, 15, 20% will come to the government for the investment that we are making for you. So it's a win-win situation. And this idea came actually when the Senwright, I think it was Jowai Senwright, had met me. And they said, we have got a land in Jowai, in the heart of Jowai, and we want to convert it into a parking lot. Can the government help us? And that's it. That idea clicked and I said, we have to come out with a parking policy. And I'm happy to tell you that we are getting response slowly and steadily. A new thing takes time to, to adjust and adapt. We have seen this in the past many years. But like that, we realize that it has to be a holistic program. It cannot be just a one-off program. No, that's when we also linked up this entire process of, for example, the process of shifting government offices out of congested areas. So you will see, as you are all aware, the new secretariat building work has started already. I expect that there are 2 or 3 rings in this entire secretariat. It's a massive building. And I expect that the first ring, which is the secretariat part when all the secretariat, including Chief Minister, sits, that section I'm expecting that by 2027 we'll be able to shift, which means that this secretariat, we actually may be able to shift the secretariat into the new Shillong city area, into Maudyandyang area where the construction is going on. The assembly, as soon as it's done, we expect that the assembly secretariat, entire thing will shift there. So we had in fact floated this idea to all the stakeholders along this route, all the way from the junction in Shillong Club Junction down to the Kindalad, that can we get about 2 meters of space from the main road to here? Wherever we have to pay, we'll figure out what to do. But can you imagine the space here developing where people can just walk? And you just walk all the way from there, all the way to Kindalad. Not only that, from there, then we take some space from Watts Lake area and we create a space that goes all the way going down to Polo to whatever extent we can go. So you'll have the entire stretch from here to Governor House Junction to the Pinewood Junction to the Botanical Garden Junction, and you'll have a broad space where you can actually walk. So we are trying to get this entire management of space by shifting offices, by getting space from people and trying to create this. And I'm not telling you this from the point of view of just some idea which has come to us. This is actually something we are planning to implement. In fact, for the Wards Lake part, we have already finalized the entire proposal. I think all of you know this. We're spending about 45 crores to revamp the whole of Wards Lake, which includes the revamping of the bridge, revamping of the overall look of the place, and expanding the road so that there is pedestrian walking space and, well, if possible, even cycling space can be created in that space. So all of these things, are actually happening as we're moving along. And of course, while we do all of this, this thing, as I said, so we need a kind of a hub and spoke kind of a model also where parking lots are created. I think all of you remember, I had announced about a year and a half, 2 years back, that I want to have the skywalk from Barrack Point all the way to Kindalad. Now that's a project that we had already finalized. All the designs were done. Money was sanctioned for it. Everything was ready. And then when we sat down for the implementation and discuss it, the police department said, sir, there will be havoc and chaos for the next 2 years while this construction, or whatever, 1 year, while the construction of the skywalk takes place. And that's when I said, well, already people are complaining about traffic. So let me first reduce the traffic, figure out how we can reduce it. And as you know, I also share with you that once the Assembly Secretariat is out, we will be expanding that entire Secretariat area, creating parking lots at the basement underneath. I hope maybe about how many vehicles? About 400-500 vehicles? Or 200 vehicles as of now. So parking lot will be created, green space will be created, expansion of the road will be done so that taxis can actually then park out there instead of the road that they're taking up right now. So you'll actually see all these kind of things that are taking place. So once all of this happens, then I think we'll be in a position to then work on this skywalk. And when the Secretariat shifts out, then we can take some space from the Secretariat part to put the pillars in that location, and then we'll be able to build it up. So all of this is actually part of a larger master plan which we're trying to do, and the logic is very simple. The logic is that Shillong is a walkable city. It's as simple as that. You don't need vehicles in Shillong, technically speaking. To 80% of the locations, if there is a proper dedicated walking space, flyovers in the sense, for people and skywalks, you don't need to. You can reach from here to Don Bosco in 10 to 15 minutes walking. The problem is where to walk. So Shillong is a walkable city and we can do it. I totally believe we can do it. It all depends on us putting our heads and heart together. It's going to be a bit difficult. Some tough decisions are required. We need the cooperation. You have seen that we are committed to what we want to do. Today, Kindalad is, has been kind of, cleaned up a bit, where we have all the street vendors now registered, are in a dedicated location. You all know that it is not an easy task to do that. Many governments have tried to do that in the past, but we have not been able to succeed. But it was through dedicated and continuous work, very focused approach, and thanks to the urban affairs team and all the people who cooperated, and of course the street vendors who cooperated with us, that we were actually able to shift. And now that area is going to be beautified. We've been talking about this. So can you imagine the entire area of Kindalad now being beautified? Then you're having the Assembly Secretariat, that area being beautified out there, beautification taking place, and all different aspects coming in. So it is a long journey, but I can assure you we have started. The momentum is always the most difficult part. It's like starting a vehicle in first gear. Why is first gear the most powerful gear? Because that's the most difficult part, getting the momentum going. Once the momentum starts, then it's easier to make things happen in second gear, third gear, fourth gear. And that's what we are hoping, that this momentum that we have created will now be pushed and we'll be able to do much more. And I would like to see, as I said, that Shillong is a completely walkable. You cannot do this in Mumbai, for example. You can't, because Mumbai is not walkable. Just going from one building to another building is like a kilometer away, so, and you can't do it. But here, you can easily, because of the topography and the way the landscape is, you have shortcuts. You just develop one walkover, skywalk or something, and you are, in the other part of the city. So you're talking of being able to go to major sections, is what I believe. About 30 minutes, you can actually get to major parts of the city without driving. Out here, at one point in time, this where we are standing right now, that we wanted to take a bit of space from everybody. Maybe Shillong Club can give us some space. This parking lot, we can take the space. Then the assembly part, we can take the space. And we were discussing in the meeting, I think it's a good idea. Let's try to do this. And then, of course, we know that there's a church in front. And then there was just a passing comment in that, let's talk to the church. Maybe in the larger interest, if the church agrees, we will try to take. But of course, we have to talk to them because we can't force anybody. And suddenly this message, this meeting, got leaked. And it came out in the papers the next day. The government is planning to take the land of the church and snatch it away. And it became a massive issue, and we didn't even decide. We just were discussing on the sidelines of some other topic that we were discussing. That, look, do you think we can do this? So even, whispering, something in a meeting is so dangerous, that people will just misquote you and misinterpret you. And that's how things are. What I'm trying to say is we need your support. We need people's support to understand.
Near the red carpet for the official launch of the public electric bicycle sharing system in Shillong. Launch. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Let the bike come. Helmet. Everybody has a helmet. So like one photo guys. Okay. 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 Yellow. Done. Thank you. Okay. Now you guys can run over if you move up. Okay. Side. We are going right, police. Is somebody leading us? Police. Okay, I'll go first. I'm the police. Okay, Kindailand. Towards Kindailand. Towards where? Yes, sir. I'll be there, sir. Okay, right, sir. I don't. Hey, kiss sir. Okay. Okay, guys, move out. Otherwise, I'm going to run over you guys. Guidance? Hey, क्या काम?